What's up, guys? It's your boy Spider Productions here, and today we are here with the next episode of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. This is She-Hulk, Season 1, Episode 7, The Retreat. So, guys, you guys know my obvious stance on this show. This is probably the most difficult Marvel show to watch. Not only as how blatantly sexist this show seems to be, but just how hurtful it is, not only as a She-Hulk fan, but also as a Hulk fan, to watch this every week. It just becomes more and more difficult to watch. So I'm gonna try not to let my biases of what I think of the show interfere with whatever good story might come out of this. If this ends up being the worst Marvel show I've seen after the end of the series, then it is what it is, but I'm trying to give it some amount of clarity. I am gonna say though, 6 episodes in, the show has not been that impressive to me. Like, it had some good, like, this is one of those shows where the story is awful and all over the place, but it does have some decent character moments, but not with the character, not with the main character, but with other characters. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, last week we had this weird-ass episode with this obviously sexist immortal man, where they tried to make this man just the pinnacle of all evil, man or bad, all that type of thing. And all his wives were all innocent little female creatures. And then we had She-Hulk go to this wedding, which was random. And then apparently the woman was getting married to the dog, I think. I don't even know at this point. I didn't care, to be real with you. And then after that, Titania shows up. They have this weird, lame-ass fight. It wasn't really even a fight. It was just throwing hands, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of pointless. And I guess, like, you know, she fucks herself up and then dips. That's it. The only thing we kind of saw was that apparently there's these scientists towards the end. I know people were saying that they made the Intelligentia, whatever, look like a Reddit app where all the people said their memes, you know, saying how horrible She-Hulk is, and they're trying to make it seem like the men who are making memes are the bad guys. I don't know. I personally really don't give a shit at this point. But so anyway, I guess the Wrecking Crew tried to get her blood sample before, but they're using a bigger, more stronger needle this time around. So I guess we're gonna see maybe if that comes around in this episode. I doubt it, but it doesn't look like this episode's gonna be a Daredevil episode, so that fucking sucks. And I believe we only have, like, what, 2 more episodes left after this? So 2 more weeks left of this show? And if the rumors are true, if Daredevil's not going to appear in this episode, he's going to appear most likely either next episode, probably not the finale. He's most likely going to appear in next episode, and I think they said Bruce Banner was supposed to appear in the finale. So I guess we'll see how all that goes. But anyway, let's get right into this.
Also known as abomination.
So Blonsky's coming back around? I mean, it makes sense. Okay. Oh, this guy? Okay. Alright. So I guess that Josh guy is coming back around? Okay. I really don't care at this point. Hopefully they make this somewhat good. Because I feel like it is, but I hope this show's not going to be one of those shows where it's like, it's horrible at the beginning, but it gets better towards the end. Sorry guys, I'm gonna eat something. I know you're probably annoyed with this at this point. Okay. she's going on a date with Josh. That was fast. What the fuck? It's pretty seamless. I actually like that. Oh. Okay. This is probably how Orphan Black was. I've never seen Orphan Black, but I've heard people say that Tatiana Maslany is amazing in that. So. Okay, sir. Very casual clothing, but pretty good. Okay. Oh. I mean, I'm a hugger. I like to hug. Fries dipped in milkshakes. Ew. That kind of sounds gross, I'm not gonna lie. CGI just looks weird every episode. Like episode, what? I think last episode was a bit better, but... Last episode was a bit better, and the episode before that was eh. But I think the only time the CGI looked good was episode 4 or last episode. Yep. Oh. Movie theater drive-thru. I'd love those. I'd like to have a date like that. It just has to be a good movie. Are you gonna kiss him this time? Oh, okay. Alright. Cool. Alright. And gone. Of course. I knew he was going to be written that way. Let's be real. Are we even surprised? Yeah, I got some muscles on her. She got some muscles. I'll give her that. Ooh, purple. Cool. Yeah, I'm not even surprised that they wrote him this way. Let's be real. Like, what are we expecting at this point? Did we actually think he was going to be a guy with some nice morals? No. Female Lawyer of the Year. Let me turn this up slightly. Sure. I'm pretty sure those people, if they had powers, would probably do some stuff. Then again, you are a Hulk, so I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt on that. That's literally how guys are when females don't text them back. I've been there. It's not fun. Pretty cool transition. Yep. Sounds like her. I'm still wondering where Bruce is. Like, that's the only thing I've really wondered about throughout this entire series. Is where the hell is Hulk? We know he went to probably go back to Sakaar, but like, what is he doing there? Is that gonna lead to a movie or what? Oh. make sense? No. You're not doing any fucking thing. Yeah, I mean, with Bruce not there, it makes sense that they would want a Hulk, regardless of who the hell the Hulk is. We'll take anybody, as long as I don't get beaten the fuck up. Girl, you are driving. Stop. Summer Twilights is what it's called? Okay. In a sense, I kind of do want to see an Abomination versus She-Hulk fight, but at the same time, I kind of don't, because I'm pretty sure they're going to make her beat him, simply just because it's her show. But she has, like, no experience fighting someone like Abomination. Like, Hulk has fought people like him and different than him. Yeah, what are you doing? Lizard monster. Green suit? Yeah, hulking out. What the hell are you talking about? Green suit store. Okay. If it's an electric fence, I'm pretty sure he probably did Hulk out. Cool. Alright. Wouldn't be surprised. What the hell? Damn! Okay. Safe environment? You destroyed her car. Being physically aggressive doesn't solve your anger problems, though. I mean, well, for Hulk, maybe. Maybe. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll have to ask that question. And that is... I'm just surprised that we just have these random ass creatures in the MCU at this point. Okay. Yeah, what? What are you talking about? You want her to stay and Wi-Fi, most likely. You know what I find really odd about this show? It's funny that if what I think is going to happen is going to happen, Jen is going to, I guess, try to accept her She-Hulk self from Abomination. But it's like, why is she like... I find it odd that she's like learning to accept herself as a Hulk from other people other than her cousin. I just find that really strange. Like, you would think that Hulk would be the only person that would be able to teach her to accept her new life the way it is. Now, yes, he does come from it from a more dramatic, dangerous sense because of his life and because of what we know from the comics, for those who do know. But, like, you would think that he would be the best person to teach her to accept this life she has. But yes, she's learning how to accept it from his greatest enemy and then Daredevil. Like, I just find it really weird. Sounds about right. I wouldn't be that desperate to walk around this entire complex for internet, though. One bar. Oh, vampires? Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, that's the first semblance of Blade that we're gonna get for now. Yeah, but it's a language, it's not a nationality. Just because you're from Spain, that doesn't mean anything. Spain is your culture. But they're spending a lot of time together? Okay. It's weird to see Abomination like this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this dude was a savage in Incredible Hulk, and now he's running a therapy session. Like, it's really weird. Like, I mean, yeah, people change. I'm not gonna say that he should just always be bad, but it's so odd. Who's that? Yeah, I don't. Who's that? Oh! That guy's part of the Wrecking Crew? Is that Wrecker? Really? Oh, well, shit. Yeah, Jesus, what are you doing? That's not necessary, chick. Jesus. The calming chair. This show is so fucking weird. I don't think that necessarily makes them supervillains. Them trying to take over the world like a cliche supervillain, or if they wanted to destroy the planet like a cliche supervillain, that makes them more supervillains. Attacking one person doesn't make them a supervillain. It just makes them terrible people to attack a woman outside of her apartment. It just makes them bad people. That's literally what you did, though. They're friends. Leave them the fuck alone. They can be friends. What? They have to switch seats. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that is very thirsty of you to say that. Us as men, we need to realize that being thirsty is not going to get us any woman. So yeah, you sound very thirsty with that text. You should have just left it open-ended. Just waited for him to say something. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, no, you're just making it way more desperate now. Come on, bro. Yeah, like you're being really desperate. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I'm always going to consider this odd because this is so out of character for her. Because in the comics, she loves being She-Hulk because she gets more attention as She-Hulk than she does as Jen. In this show, they kind of just flipped it around and says she just prefers to be Jen and wants people to respect her more as a normal person than her as this, and it's weird. And I mean, it's realistic, so I can understand that, but I mean, it's so out of character because that's why people like her. No, they probably wouldn't. I mean, I get it. That sounds like your typical female friends. What the fuck? What type of weapon is that? Dude, that was sick. It's very unnecessary. Yeah, please. Coming from the guy who tried to attack you. Relax, fam. So you as your normal self. Okay. I mean, that's very real. I respect that. I respect that. I mean, I think her situation is somewhat similar to Bruce's, where she uses She-Hulk as a protective shield to protect her from her normal self, or to protect her normal self from getting hurt. Whereas Bruce, he doesn't necessarily use Hulk as necessarily a protection thing. Oh wow. Because like Bruce uses Hulk to protect himself from outside forces, which is a mechanism for his abuse when he got abused by his dad. So in a sense, they're similar. It's similar to her. She uses it to protect her so she doesn't get hurt by like outside forces in a sense, but not like from the physical sense. Okay, cool. Hurting for a yurt? Okay. What's this? I'm sure they were talking about it earlier and I just didn't pay attention. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. I can see that. Huh, okay. So that's copyrighted music. I guess we're seeing what happened when she brought Josh in there. Okay. Let me guess. He's part of the wrecking crew or the scientist group. Yep. Or he's copying information from our phone. Not surprising whatsoever. Why is he taking a picture of her? Oh, the Hulk King? Okay. Is there any after credit scenes? Nope, not. Okay. Alright. Not really surprised, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's supposed to be like, oh my god, he was a piece of shit. Like, the way that they've handled every man in this series thus far, like, I will say this episode had more respect for male characters with the therapy, which is the first time in 6 episodes. So I mean, I respect that, but I will say that this show has a weird audience structure. And what I mean by that is, I don't know who this show is really made for. Like, the show is made for women, specifically. And I guess if you want to get even more specifically, women in their 30s, because that's what it was said in the description. But I've seen a lot of women that don't really like this show either. And there was a group of women that I saw that compared this show to like a chick flick. And honestly, after watching this entire series, I can definitely feel this is a chick flick series. Which, it sucks to say, but it is. But yeah, I do like this episode though. I think this episode was pretty decent. It wasn't too flashy, it wasn't too fighting, anything like that. It was more of a character study, which is something I've been wanted for the character, but the reason that I don't care too much about it is because it happened so late in the show. Like, it would have made sense if this would have happened in episode 4 or 5 or something. But it happened all the way to episode 7, 2 episodes before the show ends. So, the reason I don't care too much about it is because it happened so late. But, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, I will say this was a better episode than the other episodes we've seen from the show thus far. So, I will give it that. I did enjoy this much more. The next 2 episodes, I'm assuming, are very predictable. I'm assuming next episode is probably going to be Daredevil, and I'm assuming the episode after that is going to be Hulk if Hulk comes back, but we don't know for sure. But yeah, I will say overall this was a decent episode. I will say, like I said, this series has an issue with... It has an issue with, who the target audience is. I think that's the biggest thing. The show has a really difficult target audience. But anyway, I think overall this show is pretty decent. I think it's not the greatest show I've ever seen in my life, and I think it's not the worst. But I was hoping that people would like this show simply so we can get more Hulk stuff. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I'll say this is a better episode than what we've seen lately. CGI still looked very iffy. It was kind of hard to tell when she was getting emotional because of how the CGI looked, but you can tell by her voice that you can tell she was trying to get there. But I think her face made it difficult to really feel it. But I mean, maybe that's just me. I just think that her CGI just makes it difficult for me to see that she's getting emotional. But one of the things I did find interesting is that Bruce and Jen are similar in a way where they use their Hulk form to protect them from the outside world. Bruce does it in a more physical sense, whereas Jen does it for a more emotional sense, which makes sense. Jen uses it more of an emotional thing, like she uses She-Hulk to protect her Jen Walters self in emotional sense, because people respect her more when she's She-Hulk. People give her more attention and respect and stuff like that when she's She-Hulk. But as Jen, people don't really care for her that much, which I think is kind of ridiculous because Tatiana Maslany is a very attractive woman, but in the show they kind of made her unattractive. So with her haircut and the no makeup, they kind of make her unattractive. So I mean, I guess that's why they're doing that. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I do think that Jen uses She-Hulk as a way of emotionally protecting her from the outside world, whereas Bruce does it in a more physical sense. Obviously, when he gets injured or killed, he uses Hulk to keep himself safe and defend him from physical forces. But Hulk wants to be more than just a physical force. He wants to be his own person, and it's difficult because they share the same body. Like, that's the thing where I like the differences between Jen and Hulk, Jen and Bruce. Jen doesn't have an alter ego, so she doesn't have to fight with her alter ego for control over her body. It's just her through and through. Whereas Bruce is much more interesting because he fights with his alter ego for control over the body. So, similar to Moon Knight in a sense. Like, they fought for control over their body, and then they learned to work together and accept each other. Same with Bruce and Hulk. It's just that important aspect of Bruce's character, you don't really see it on screen. So, that's just me. But I'm hoping Bruce does come back in this show. Like, we only saw him for 2 episodes, and we don't see him for the rest of the series. So I hope he does come back in the finale. I heard that there was a rumor that Mark Ruffalo was talking about coming back to play Hulk in the new Captain America movie, which makes sense since the leader is the villain in the movie. But I just think it's odd because it's like, I think it's weird because it's like, why can't they just give Hulk like his own film? And we know why, because Marvel doesn't own the movie rights to him yet. If the rumor is true and they'll get his rights by next year on my birthday, then true. But I just think that giving us a Hulk movie within a Captain America film is odd. Same way of like how they did it in Thor. Giving us a Hulk movie in a Thor film, it's just weird. Like, I don't really like how it's done. But if they do a lot of justice to Sam Wilson, then I don't want Sam Wilson to be shouldered or pushed aside in his own film just to prop up Hulk, as much as I want Hulk to be propped up. But I want Sam to have his own time to shine, especially because this will be his first movie of him as Captain America. So I hope that we get some goodness from that. But anyway, we'll see. But I think that this episode, getting back to this, I think this episode was pretty decent. It was better than the last 2 episodes to me in general. For the show to not have any action, or little to less action in the show, I think it was more of a character study, sort of. It was more of a deep dive of the character. So I will appreciate the show for that. But anyway, there you guys have it. That is my thoughts of Season 1, Episode 7 of She-Hulk. I'm curious to see what other people thought, so I will definitely check out to see what other people thought. But if you're curious to see, I'm curious to see your guys' thoughts and opinions of this episode down in the description down below. So please leave a comment down below if you guys want to talk about this show or anything Marvel related in general. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions down below. Drop a like on the video for your boy. Hit the subscribe button to be part of the community. And hit bell notifications so you guys know when I shall post next. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.